So what you see here is our touch integrated with display driver solution. And so what this is doing is it's taking a traditional two-chip solution, which is you have one chip that's driving the display and another chip which is the touch chip, and we've actually married those two things together into one piece of silicon. So what we're doing now is directly driving the LCD with that silicon, and what this equates out to is potentially a 70% improvement in latency. And you can see this happening when I draw my finger, and you can see that dot is trailing behind where my actual physical finger is. And it's trailing because that's a representation of what happens in a traditional implementation where there is a display driver separate from the touch controller. Now the crosshair, the one that's tracking my finger really well, that is our touch with display driver implementation. And it's physically actually tracking where my physical finger is. So one of the improvements here and benefits with the solution is that you get up to about 70% improvement in latency, and you're actually getting real-time information. The display is actually showing what I'm physically wanting to do with my touch screen.
So we have this video that we can also give you. This is a slow-mo video, and you can actually see the differences.
So this inherent improvement in latency is not impacted by anything other than what we're doing. So a faster CPU is not going to help it respond better. By reducing latency by integrating the display driver, that really drives much improved latency, as Jimmy described.
And you guys might be familiar with some of that direct touch. Have you guys heard of that? Right. I mean, this is the real way, the actual true benefit of our solution is we really are reducing latency here because we're doing something inherently innovative and different by putting that display driver and integrating it with our touch controller.
So do you guys have actual numbers in terms of what the latency is now compared to what it was before?
Yeah, so traditionally you get up to about 70 milliseconds in latency between when my finger comes down, 70 milliseconds later I get something on the display. With this solution, we're narrowing it down to around 30 or less.
Okay.
30 milliseconds or less, right?